how I wish I could buy a car. And now, as the transport have become more costlier, and even I don't have enough money to buy one.
Oh, is it? Well, I do have the money to buy a new car, but I don't want to buy one right now. Actually, I'm waiting for the launch of the new model next month. They say it has plenty of features, so I'll buy that one with my money. What about you?
Well, I do want to buy a car and I also have the money to buy for it. But then the price label on this car is too high. I'm waiting for the prices to go down a bit so that I can buy one.
That all three of us have different conditions due to which we are unable to buy a car. Is this all related to demand? Thus our need for a car can be called as demand.
Our need to buy a car cannot be termed as the demand. Demand is the desire to buy a product backed by the ability and willingness to pay for it at the given prices. Since Rohan does not have the ability to buy a car, his need cannot be termed as demand. In the same way, since Adi does not have the willingness to buy a car, it also cannot be termed as a demand.
If you don't have the willingness to pay at the current prices, your need can also not be classified as demand, right?
Right.
What is supply then? I have heard it is closely related to demand.
Yes, those two are really well connected. Supply is the amount of quantity a producer is willing to sell at a given price in a given period of time. So the supplier too needs to have the willingness to sell the product at a particular price.
So that's what demand and supply mean? But I thought there were much more complicated concepts that played a huge role in the day-to-day running of the economy.
Well, yes, both of these are very important to decide the economy of a particular country. In fact, demand and supply together decide a price of any product. Let me narrate a tale from my childhood.
Have you all heard about the Candy Snow ice cream
Yes,
shop?
yes, the shop that sells the best ice cream in the
Okay,
city.
so the story starts when Uncle John sets up a small ice cream shop on Park Street with a variety of flavors. They were sold at Rs 200 for each scoop. They were purely homemade and better off than any other nearby shops. But still, he could barely manage to get 3 customers.
Why? What was the reason?
Sounds interesting? I'm coming to that. Back then, Rs 200 was quite expensive for everyone to afford. So it was just a few rich families who would buy from him and the poor people would just ask him the price and leave. That's when one of his close friends advised him to lower the price for
Did it
each.
really bring a change?
Oh
then?
yes, but not in the way one would hope. Then Uncle John came to the conclusion that lower prices would attract more people. He decided to reduce the price to a mere 5 rupees. Then Uncle John came to a conclusion that lower prices would attract more people. He decided to reduce the price by a mere 5 rupees.
What?
No way!
Exactly. That was my response too when I heard the story. So anyways, after reducing the price by this much, the demand surely did increase.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah, that's what he thought too, because so many people were coming to his ice cream shop now. But the thing now was that the prices were so low that he couldn't manage to pay the monthly expenses of his shop. It was especially harsh in the winters when it was way too cold for ice cream.
Wow, that must have been a really tough year for him.
Oh yeah, it was indeed. But after having learned from his mistakes, he struck the perfect balance. Uncle John realized that there was a great demand and equal supply of ice cream during the summertime in his ice cream shop, due to which it was in equilibrium. He decided to take advantage of this.
Oh, what did he do?
Let me explain. It was one of the hottest summers in the 90s. The demand for Uncle John's ice cream was at its highest. He took this opportunity to control his prices and supply.
Did that affect his sales?
To his surprise, it did affect his sales, but not drastically.
Wow, that's not bad.
During summer, he changed his prices to Rs 50. Throughout the year, Uncle John noticed that the ice cream demanded was the ice cream supplied at a price of Rs 50. There was no surplus or any shortage.
So does that mean he finally reached the equilibrium?
That is exactly what it means. He found the perfect balance.
Now do you understand the concept of demand and supply?
Yes,